Alright, hello, welcome. I am Spirited Alex today, and we are going to be doing all signs today. Basically, it's been a while since I did a video. It's been a while since a couple times, and we have to get through this, right? It was a tough week a few days ago. I didn't make very much videos, but you know what? The times for this is that this is how it is, okay? We are going to be doing which one is going to happen. We're going to see what's going to be happening for this weekend that's coming up. Okay, wherever you guys are in the world. Anyway, point being is that this is going to be from the weekend. And it's a weekend video. And this is going to be exactly what's going to happen. Alright? It will be a time and place that we will enjoy this. And we will have to decide of what's going to happen. Energies can switch back and forth and all that jazz. But you know what? That means that we will decide what's going to happen as well. So remember, keep this in mind, and I hope that you will enjoy this, because today is a fabulous day, and I hope that you will enjoy this as well. Okay, and remember, subscribe to my channel, or you can comment this, whatever you want to do, and give this video a like. Alright, so here we go. The first one is rise to challenges as a new path opens. Eclipse in Gemini. Negotiation. Yeah, so let's see what's going to happen for that. Alright, so we're going to see what's going to happen for Gemini. Basically, you're the first one. I thought would be something else. What's going to happen for Gemini through this weekend? So we're going to do this one, this one. So we have the Ace of Wands is upright, and then we got the Page of Swords upright. Yeah, so there's something between this, like that there's fire energy here. There could be, you have air signs, or between the both of them, left and right, etc. But you know what? These things will take time as they go along. And remember that if we take a leap of faith, we know that's going to happen. I'm not going to say that keep a faith and say, oh, why are you talking about this? Well, because it seems to be that. Now, in that own situation here, because I'm going to get the cards out to see what's happening here in this situation. Basically, in that note, we're going to see what this will be, what's going to happen for you, Gemini. And let's see. So I'll do this one. And let's see. The Ten of Cups is upright, and basically this is like a deer, and all the animals are in there, and that's not bad exactly. Like, we don't know what could happen in this one situation, but I'll read this to you at the same time so you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Did I say the Ten of Cups? Yeah, I did say that. Ten of Cups, here we go. The Ten of Cups carries feelings of happiness and contentment with life. It is an energy created from the simple joys of being in harmony with those within your community and nature. The Ten of Cups can indicate that a problematic situation is ending, opening the door for a peaceful time in your life. Moments of stress or struggle will be replaced by feelings of optimism and bliss. When you lean into the Ten of Cups energy, you will find it easy to connect emotionally with those around you, whom you cherish. Suppose you are experiencing conflict or a difficult situation. Lean into the Ten of Cups' energy. You will naturally create a bridge between differences so that common ground can be found. Find the emotional strength to extend an olive branch will have lasting positive effects. Focus your energy on what you have in common rather than where your differences keep you apart. The Ten of Cups message is that we all gain when we work together to create an atmosphere that promotes peace and harmony. The forest animals come together for the Ten of Cups as they are a community that brings their unique talents and resources to support each other. So forest animals is community, connectedness, and growth. Yes, basically that means that if you are in a community, you can do whatever you desire to do. It's basically exactly how that is. You know, you just have to take things as they go along. I always say this in my videos because that's what they are. And you know what? It's kind of like true as that is, right? So, you know, that's how it is at the moment. Like, these will take time as they go along. Basically, we're going to see this one as well to see what's happening with this. Don't worry, we'll go to the next one. So the next Zodiac sign. So just give me 1 second here. I'll do that. And then it says fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, so basically maybe you are having fear, Gemini. Fear is not like, it's almost like a negative feeling, only you have to just embrace the opportunity. It's basically, you know, fear of having times like these. You could be having soft spots, maybe. I don't know if that's a good saying or not, but it seems to be that, you know, it's basically that. Like, you can understand of what's happening, what's not, you know, less than say more, you know. So it's like, you can do what I'm saying to you, and you just have to believe what I'm saying. And it is basically that, you know. So if you take it as, like, maybe like a grain of salt, basically that would work, you know. A grain of salt, you know what a grain of salt is, like little slivers, you know. So it's like, if you take that, you take that as that. On to the next one, the animal one, because it's been a while since we did this one as well. Just to let you know, this is going to be a long reading a little bit, so just give me 1 second here. And then we will go a little bit of different ones so I don't be this reading all the time. Here you go, do the right thing. Yeah, do the right thing. Exactly, do the right thing. Remember, don't have fear over there. Don't procrastinate. Don't do whatever you desire to do. Don't, you know. And this is how it seems to be for that one. Okay, so basically that could be it. And then not only that, basically you have this, a new one as well at the same time. So I'll do this one as well, but I'm only going to read you maybe one card. I'm not going to read you all the cards, but because we won't have very much time to do another reading. So just give me 1 second for this one. And then we're going to go to the next one. Alright, so with that one, let's see. So this is the 30. Okay, the 30 card. And the 30 card represents the spades. Now, you're a spade, okay? You're basically in this, the spades represents, you know, basically Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Like, you're the air signs in this situation. And air signs are basically good, you know. Like I say more, you know. Like, it's like, if I do, what did I say? Okay, so basically in 30, now 30 represents a lily, but it means that From the timing was from 21st to the 31st of October. So if you had something that is between that year, between the 21st of October to the 31st of October, as like the Halloween, eventually, basically it kind of reminds you of like you can be your own situation. You can have, basically it says here, the spread of the year, it says month of boredom. It's like cooling and of feelings. There is little dialogue in the family, and the couple has no passion and cannot agree. It almost reminds me about that. It reminds me of that. And we have to take sides as they go along. We have to take sides, and sides are basically good. Right? It's not like a side of of food or anything like that. No. But you have to understand what I'm talking about here, Gemini. You have to understand of what's going on, who, what, where, when, why, all those, the 5 W's. And that's how it is, right? So if you just believe in yourself, you will be fine. And that's how it is, okay? You just have to believe so you can do this, okay? That's all you have to do, That's all you have to do. So we will go to the next reading as well at the same time, okay? But yeah, you have to agree. You're not going to disagree and think, okay, I've got this. I know I'm going to be expected. I'm going to be not fearing of what's going to happen next. It's like, yeah, sure, like, and that's what you have to do, right? So if you just believe in your own self and think, okay, I got this, you can do that, right? It's basically that. So well done, Gemini. Just keep it up, because you can do this as much as you can. You can do that. All right. On to the next one. An emotional phase or domestic development, eclipse in Cancer, acceptance. Yeah, so this is going to be happening in that one. You're going to figure out what's going to happen in that situation here. Basically how that is. What's happening in Cancer for this weekend? I'm only going to do a short one for you, Cancer, not a long one. But you have the Queen of Cups is upright, and you got, oh wow, the Temperance is reversed. Now this is interesting. There is something that is probably wrong, okay? There could be wrong, there could be something that is wrong here. I don't know what is wrong, but you know what? Let me try to see what the cards will be in this situation here. What's happening. So I'm just going to say I'm going to do a short one for you, not a long one. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Exactly. Maybe you are stuck in a situation. Maybe you just think of everything is going to, if everyone's going to be coming to get you. I have no idea. But you know what? We have to take a side where we can believe in our own self. We can take it as almost like a grain of sand, like what I just said, like almost like that. But we have to believe in our own self that, okay, we can do this. We can put our mind to it and saying, okay, we got this. That's how it is, right? So if we just remember of how that is, I'll take one card and then I'll do this. Remember, I'm only going to do a short one for you. But it says 20 is the Judgment card, and it's basically a snake. That's interesting in this one. It's very basic kind of like that. You're kind of like trying to get the snake. You're trying to do something. But you know what? You're not really. Like, it's like... so let me try to figure this out. Yeah, so the Judgment card, that I'm not going to read all this to you, but it basically is... the snake is a symbol of healing, using its power to help you release painful moments from the past to grow all the stronger in the future. The snake represents the change, growth, connected, spiritual, flexible intuition. Yeah. So it's like if you are experiencing, painful moments, for example, just deal with it. Just deal with it. I don't care what you're going to do, but you know what? As long as I can say this to you, is that if you just believe in your own self, that it's saying, okay, I got this, I know what's going to happen, I know I can see this. Exactly. You can know the understand, you know the roots, you know everything else, just keep it. It's like sprinkling pepper onto, let's say, a pancake, or sprinkle pepper on eggs. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. So it's like if you just understand of how much you're going to spread it, then you have to understand of how that is. Okay, it's when you have painful moments, it's basically a pain, really a pain. But you know what? If you just believe in your own self and saying, okay, I got this, I know what's going to happen, then yeah, you're going to do that. Okay, so if you just understand how that is, you'll be perfectly fine. Just perfectly fine. Okay, just remember how that is, because you know why? You have to change, and you have to believe in yourself. That's how it is. Okay, you have to do that. And if you don't, well, yeah. So you know what? Just remember how that is. Okay, just remember how that is. Because like I say, it's like you have to believe how this is. Okay. Okay, next one. Shine brightly like the star you are. Eclipse in Leo. Compassion. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting, Leo. There's something that is going to be maybe unique, maybe not, maybe that. So let's see. What's going to happen for Leo of this weekend? So we got the Eight of Swords reversed, and we got the Three of Cups upright. Yes, basically, if you're having family, you're kind of like having that. Now the Eight of Swords reversed, that symbolizes that, almost symbolizes about almost conflict, but not really conflict. Maybe you have like not even conflict, for example. But you just have to understand of how that is. Okay, it's basically like maybe like a momentum, maybe not, right? You have to believe in your own self, and if you believe in yourself, you know how it's going to be. It's like this, right? You're like passing something to my hand to the other hand, right? So it's like if you do that, you can understand how that is. Now, here is the tactic of it. Okay. What I'm saying is that you have to understand that this could be how this is, right? We don't know how it's going to be, but you know what? This is how. Let's see. So tell me a card that represents Leo in this situation. or what's happening through this. And now do this, and then let's see how this is. Okay. Now the 36, now this is interesting. I just called your card because when it is clubs, you have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and this is good. Number 36. Now it represents something, but I'll maybe see what's happening here. I'll see what that 36 means. The 36 means exactly from the timing is from the 21st to the 31st of December. That's basically between the winter timing. Maybe that could be it. Maybe there's something going to be happening between family and friends and all that jazz for you. But you know what? It simply represents, like if I'm gonna read you, let's see. Basically, like if I read the spread of the year, I'll read a few things, but I won't read the whole thing. The spread of the year, it says, there is nothing new on the job front, but you're satisfied with what you have realized. You're content and don't have anything to recriminate. Center objective, recognition, satisfaction. Okay? Now, it says here in number C, the letter C, it says, you are at task with hard professional tests. Dissatisfaction, limitations, or even temporary suspension of activity. If you hope for a radical transformation, it is the moment to change everything. Role, job, city. Basically, you probably won't be doing that, but you know what? That's what it represents. It's basically like you can take it as, if you are one city here, you can move over to a different city. But if it's like, if you stay in one city, you can do everything, right? It's like maybe about having a job, but you're maybe change it. You know, maybe you're going to be switching roles. Maybe you're going to take long breaks. Something that represents that. But in this situation here, you have to understand how this simple realizing it. You know, you have to find it. You have to believe in it. Now let's see one of the cards that represents something for that. So let's see. And it says, fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yes, basically, maybe you might be having fear. Maybe you're not. Maybe. But you know what? It depends on how your point of view is. Okay? Fear is a negative thing, but you know what? If you just believe in yourself, you can do this. Like it's basically that. Like it's and then basically for this, let's see how this would be. I'll take this one and then I'll see how that is by one card. Alright. Basically it's the Seven of Pentacles and represents, basically it kind of represents a spider here, kind of like you're seeing this as well. It's basically, it's how that is. But you know what, I'll maybe read a few of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read you maybe bits of it. So I'll try to find it in this reading here. I have to go slow. Not really slow, but just tell you what's happening. So it says here, I'm going to read this to you, but I'll read the end of it as well. It says, when you find creating a vision for the future challenging, call upon the spider to guide you through the planning process. The spider brings to your situation patience and a sense of quiet as you connect with your higher self. When you work with the spider's spirit, your spidey senses kick in. You'll find the ability to pick up on the vibration that surrounds you, and with you will instinctively know the right direction to move. So the spider represents patience, creativity, awareness, vibration, and connectedness. Yeah. So basically, if you're waiting for patience or connectedness or something like that, you have to understand that this could be maybe like a give and take situation. You can understand how this kind of maybe develops. Good word to say, but you know what I'm saying, right? So it's like how that is, and not only that, you have to what's the word meaning? Digest. You have to digest the info. And what I mean is that, by that, basically, what was this saying? Oh yeah, so it's like if you do that, then you have to digest. And digest means that you can, it's like digesting food, but it's like digesting the info, right? What I'm saying to you. So it's like, this is how it is right now. Let's see how this is. Lion is, ask for what you want. Yeah, so this represents basically you. Basically, because the lion represents Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries in this situation. But you know what? If you just pay attention, you can do this, right? If you believe in your own self, you can believe in your own self. You just have to understand how this is going to be going. You don't have to like be brave and then say, oh my gosh, I don't know what Spirited Alex is talking about. You know what? Just remember what I'm saying to you. Just believe how this is going for you, okay? You have to understand how one way or another will flip. Maybe not. But you know what? If you just have this in as fear, you can just say, you know what? I'm going to forget the fear and leave it alone. That's fine. But you know what? Just remember how this is going, okay? This right here, the Eight of Swords reversed. Now, I don't know how that will be coming up. But you know what? Just remember how this is, right? Just believe in your own self. If you have patience, wait. If you ask for what you want, then do what you can. The Three of Cups. You have family, friends, everything else. But this represents here. From the timing of that, will be like that. Okay? So just remember how that kind of is like almost tickle pink. Ha ha ha. Very funny. But you know what? How that is. Okay? So just remember how that is. Okay? Tickle pink. Ha ha ha. But it's funny though. It's funny. So it's like if you just believe in your own self, you will get there, Leo. That's all you have to do, is to believe in your own self. And if you believe in your own self, you will get there. If you don't believe in yourself, though, you won't get there. Okay, so just remember how that is. Next one. Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Eclipse in Virgo. Reorganization. Yeah, so this is gonna be very, very basically almost subtitled to you. What I mean by that, this is gonna be how that is. Okay? So what's going on for Virgo this weekend? basically I'll do something because I'll turn the light because it's just a little bit. Be back for a few seconds. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yes, so we're going to look, so we have the Five of Swords, it's upright. And we got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is interesting, okay? So you're not looking for a career, Virgo. Why are you not looking for a career? And why are you having conflict, for God's sakes? Why? Like, why? You have to understand how that is, okay? Just remember how that is. Like, my goodness sakes. You have to believe in your own self. You can do this. You can modify it. You can believe in your own self. But why are you just not getting the picture? You're not getting a picture. You're not. So, and I'm going to see how this is going to be ended up, because I'm going to do this in 3 piles. And I'll choose what's happening in that situation here, because of how that is. Let's see if we can get the momentum. So, let's see. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Well. Maybe that could basically is maybe a painful situation, Virgo. Maybe you are probably having conflict because of maybe the health situation. Maybe that could be maybe like almost like a civilization, okay? Because we have to believe that if you are taking the if you're taking the health more seriously, take it as that, okay? But if you have negative that is drawn to you, conflict, all that stuff, leave that alone. Just leave that alone, because you know why? You're not looking for a career. I have no idea why you're not looking for a career. It's reversed to me, okay? And it looks like it's upright to you. But you know what? No, because point being is that you're not looking for a career. You're not. And I just hate to say this, because you have to understand how this is going to go. Okay, you have to believe in your own self. You have to have this as a good and take situation. Okay, you have to understand, like, okay, I can do this. I can do exactly what Spirit Alex is saying. Yes, exactly. Right? But you know how this is going to be going for you. Like, here I go again with this situation here, with these cards. And let's see how this is going to go. Basically, the Five of Swords. Okay, this represents the deer that's over here, but that's a good picture. But so this is how it is. So you got the Five of Swords and the Five of Swords. That's interesting. But you know what? You know what, Virgo? You have to get to the point. You have to get to the point. The point is that I'm going to read this to you, and I hope that will make sense, because the Five of Swords represents that Five of Swords. So I want to see how that is in that situation there. Now, the Five of Swords is basically, like, it has lots of stuff, but I'm only going to be reading basically from 114 page to basically if you find yourself surrounded in page 115. Okay, so I'll read the 114, the 114, and then the one will be the 115. Let's see. The final position is that of the victim or the sufferer as a result of the actions of selfish your well-being. Opinions or requirements were never even on the table. They were never even considered. And yet you are the one who is negatively affected. That's interesting. If you find yourself surrounded by the Five of Swords energy, call on the deer for support as this animal will help you find the confidence to confront your situation head-on. To survive, deer use their ability to feel vibration and follow their instinct. When you use the deer's power, you will have a sense of what is right and what is wrong. Your intuition will guide you towards inner peace. So the deer represents intuition, confidence, and protection. That's what it stands for. But you know what? In that situation, you're the one who's negatively affected. Well, I just read in number 14, 114, and what I read about surrounded by yourself, by the Five of Swords energy in 115, it does make sense. Okay. Basically, you have to understand how negativity is a pain. Okay, it basically is. You have to understand how this is going through. Okay, it's basically that. You have to have a one way, another way, more experience. But you know what? You have to understand how this is going to go. You know, you have to believe in yourself that saying, okay, I got this. I know what's going to happen. Basically, that is. But you know what? How this is going to go is like you just have to understand how that is. Okay, that's the truth. And nothing is the truth. You have to believe to have the truth. And if you don't, well, you're probably going to lie. So don't. You have to understand how that is. Because when you have the Five of Swords on Five of Swords, and then you have the health, that means that you have negative. Don't deal with that. Just stay positive as much as you can. Alright? That's how it is. Okay? So, remember how this resonates to you. And I hope it does. Right, Virgo? Alright. Re-evaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. Eclipse and Libra. Rebalance. Yeah. So basically in that situation, I'm only going to do maybe 2 cards from here, but not all the cards. So we don't have very much time. Basically it means that if you just do this as much as you can, I'm just going to do a little one for you. That's the whole thing. So we're going to see how this is going to be going. We have the Ace of Wands is upright, and then we got the Four of Wands reversed. See, this is interesting. You're not married. Basically, you probably aren't. But you know what? The Ace of Wands represents something. It basically represents like something that is very I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? There is something that can be caused by it. Maybe there's something else that I don't know. But you know what? Let's figure this out into this situation here. So let's see how that is. So if we just do one card at a time, we won't have very much. Basically it says friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. It basically makes sense. Basically you're going to be working for a friend. You're going to have a friendship right now. But you're not looking for maybe married yet. Maybe you are probably still single and waiting for, and maybe we'll turn this around. Maybe you're not. I don't know. But you know what? You have to have that situation. You have to understand that, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have the right timing. Basically, that is the right info. Alright? It's basically that is. Like, it's like how this is at the moment. So it's like if I do this, let's see how this is going to go. Basically we have this at the same time. And let's see. Basically it says this, well, basically we have Libra. Libra represents the swords. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So this is what kind of like is. This is like a maybe Earth card. But you know what? This could be 33. No, 33. I haven't read this 33 yet. But let's see how that is. The 33. Now it does represent something here, Libra. But you have to understand how this is going to be, you know, basically the timing is from the 21st to the 30th of November. Now this is a great card because we are still in November here as we know it. But you know what? It's not over yet. This is like just how the weekend is. But the point being is that in this situation, it's like, for the spread of the year, it says, one extraordinary month for work, where everything seems to magically just happen, thanks to the support of useful contacts, but also your own serious preparation. You will find a more gratifying job, or a thrilling change of role, an intriguing trip. Now that can be interesting for you, and that's kind of like maybe that is basically that could be it, right? So if you just understand how that card represents, you can understand how that is, right? We have to believe how this is. Basically that would be good, right? So if you believe how this is going to go and be like right on, you're doing well, then you know what, you can do this. Okay, so remember how this is going to be, Libra, because everything will be in that own satisfaction. Okay, like satisfactory. You can do this. Okay, so just believe in your own self that you can do this, and then you can do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Okay, that's how that is. Next one. Your deeper resolve rises. Eclipse in Aquarius. Awakening. Yeah, so let's see what's going on in this situation. Basically, I'm only going to do maybe 2 cards from here, and the same thing that I did with Libra. Or, yeah. So I'll do basically here, let's see. I'm only going to do a short one for you, and a long one, just how that is. So we have the 3 of Cups is upright, and we have the 8 of Swords is reversed. Yeah, so that's interesting, you know. Basically, that's kind of interesting for you. Basically, how this is kind of like that situation. You can believe in that. You can just have it as a good old situation here. You can just see how it's going to be. But you know what, how it is. It's basically how it kind of seems to be happening. The 8 of Swords represents something, but really, I don't know. But you have to believe in that as well. And knowing that, let's see how that is at the same time. So, basically, how that is, just kind of doing this very quickly at the same time. Basically, let's see. And let's see how that is. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. That's a really good card for you. Exactly. You're seeing you're seeing both sides of a situation. That's a beautiful card right there. It basically is telling me that you're basically doing well. Exactly, because you know how you're going to be expected. You know how everything will be, interesting to you. You can understand how the feeling is for you. You have to believe that. And if you believe, then you can do this, right? It's basically that more momentum. Okay, it's a good word to say. But you know how that is, right? So if you just understand how this is going to go, you understand how this is going to be feeling for you, okay? And you know why? It's basically how that is, right? It's like how, like, almost like a give and take situation. You have to understand how that is. So it's like how this is, and I'm going to do this for you. And let's see what this card will mean to you. And it says, the Turtle, take your time. So if this is a good reading for you, you have to take your time. And when you take your time, you know exactly what's right, not what's wrong. This card represents maybe the wrong side, maybe not. But you know what? If you just believe how this is going to go, you will take your time. And taking your time, it's like basically you're waiting for you're waiting for something, and basically it's going to come to you, right? And that's how that is. But let's not stop there, shall we? Let's not, because in that situation, basically how this is going to be this. Basically how this is going to be ended up for it. Let's see. The 24 is the number, but it represents the heart situation. So this could be good as well. Like maybe that could be a good card represents. It could be that. Let's see how number 24 represents that. Number 24. So this could be next year, but this could be maybe from, the timing is from the 21st to the 31st of August. Maybe that could be it. But in the spread of the year of this, it is got a little bit of air bubble here. The month of complete and bright happiness with those you love. You have a fabulous love relationship, a fantastic family you count on, sincere friendships, and all your emotional desires are satisfied. So that would be good. So that could be that situation. I'm not going to read everything about that, but that would represent basically that. You have to believe that you have a good family. You know exactly what you're expected to do in this situation. But you know what? If you are opening to seeing both sides of a situation from the empathy card, you basically understand how this is going to go for you. Basically how this is going to be like, oh, okay, I know what exactly Spiritual Alex is saying. Basically that is how that is, right? So if you believe how we can do this, you will be fine. Just remember how this is going to be resonate to you, okay? So just believe how that is going to go for you. But well done, just well done. Like, it's happy. Like, I don't do these readings very much, but you know what? I'm just doing this because basically it will make the time go fast a little bit. But you know what? Good job. Like, really good job, Aquarius. Just good job. Next one. Personal growth. Moon in Taurus. Self-esteem. What is going on with you, Taurus? What is going on? You know, what's going on? What's going on for Taurus of this weekend? So we got the Two of Cups is upright. And we got the the King of Swords reversed. Yeah, so there's basically you have the Two of Cups, you know, maybe you're finding love, you know, I'm happy for you. But you know what, it basically how that seems to be in that situation here, is that you have to understand how this is going to go for you. Basically, it reminds me of, I don't know, it almost reminds me of something, but I don't know what. But let's see how these cards are going to say something to you. And this is how it's going to be, so let's see. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That's a good card for you. Basically, you're going to look for change. If love is not an issue, or love is going to be in that situation, maybe that could be encourageable to you. Maybe that could be that situation here. Maybe. But you know what, how that is like if you just do this, you can do this at the same time, right? You have to believe how this is going to go. You know, you have to understand how this kind of represents that. You know, you have to understand how everything is going to go from fast-paced emotion to slow-paced emotion. Kind of like that. It's, you know, that's how it is, right? So if you just understand how that is going to go, basically how that is, I want to see how this card is going to be going for you. So let's see how this card is going to go. Let's see. The ladybug represents, notice the little things. Yeah, notice the little things. Exactly. Just notice that. Notice the little things. Just do what you can. Enjoy yourself and keep it up. You know, that's how it is. Because basically in the timing and place of that, you can understand how this is going to be realized. That it's like a good realization. And that's how it is, right? So if you just understand how this is going to go, you have to just understand how it's going to bring you. And let's see. I'll do this, and let's see. And it says the 36. Yeah, see, the 36 represents, you know, the way of that. But basically, what I'm understanding here, the 36, you know, the timing is from December 21st to 31st of December. That's what it stands for here. But the point being is that in this situation I just said, like, it's, you know, it's basically lots of stuff in here. There's lots of there's lots of info, and I'm not going to read the whole info because this is going to take long. But you have to understand how this is going to be the situation here. You can understand how everything will come into place from December 21st to 31st of December, like before the new year comes. So if you know how this is going to go, you can believe in how this is going to be, believing of that, right? It's that situation here. It's that kind of statement. Maybe that could be that, you know. So if you just understand how that is going to go, you'll be fine, right? Just how this is going to be resonating to you, okay? Just how that this is going to be, because like I say, it will go from your way or maybe not. So if you like this video, then take this. Just take this reading, and maybe you're going to like it. Okay, but remember, you're having change, and that's a good card. It is. But good job. Almost done here. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. Eclipse in Scorpio. Regeneration. You know, that's basically a good card for you, Scorpio. It's basically, what I'm trying to say is to you, basically, I know that you don't usually get these cards first, but you know what? You just have to understand how this is going to go. So I'll basically do 2 more shuffles. And then let's see how this is going to be doing for you. We're going to see how that is going to go. So basically I'll do that. And then we're going to do that. So let's see. What's going on for Scorpio during this weekend? So basically it means that you have the Ace of Swords is upright, and you got the, oh wow, the Hangman is basically reversed, but yeah, so the Ace of Swords, oh my goodness, you know, it's basically almost like maybe a new beginning. Maybe it's like that, but you know what? How that is gonna go, we have to figure out what this card means. And is courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. That's a really good card for you, Scorpio. If you just have courage, you will be fine. And this is how it is, because if you use this as your own momentum ability, a good word to say, you have to understand how that will be good, because how that is good, you have to believe in yourself that you can do this. You can do it, you can put your mind to it, you can believe in yourself, you can do this, right? And basically how that is going to go is like you have to believe in yourself, and you're doing that. And that's how it is, basically, right? So if you just have this, and then basically how this is going to be, we're going to see how that is going to go. And this is the number 33 card of this situation here. But we're going to see how that is going to go. So let's see. Let's see how that is. Basically, this 33 represents from November 21st to the 30th of November. That will be coming up shortly. But basically, it's basically like there is a situation where you're trying to think of it, like you can believe your own self, but you know what? If you just my goodness, let's see, number C, it says, because a relationship that ended badly, you are still going through a time of depression and sadness. It's time for a change. That's what that could stand for. And then it says, position 2, it says, busy with practical matters concerning the ones you love, you have little time for romanticism, support from friends. Okay, and then basically the other one, it says worries, frustration, sense of impotence for problems or absence of someone you love. Basically, that is surprising. And then basically, the other one is unexpected events, which says surprise celebrations and family reunions due to a departure or repatriation. I don't know what that means. And then the last one for result, it says, for number C, it says bitter emotional disappointment, frustration, loneliness, since the person for which you would give everything will drop you like a hat. Well, basically it kind of is that. You're having depression, sadness, all that, right? And I'm going to say this in my own words. I did have a depression. I was having anxiety, sad. That's why I didn't make very much videos. Okay, everyone? Basically, the timing is that this is how it is. I'm trying to take my way of doing things on my own. It's hard for me to, try to make new videos. It's hard for me to believe in my own self. But you know what? It's the saddening part where you're trying to do the right thing. And the right thing is basically in that situation here, that it seems to be that we have to have my own experience. Okay, it's my own experience. And that's how this number 33 card represents that. Because I'm trying to have courage. I'm trying to believe my own self. But you know what? It's hard for me. It really is. And it's like missing somebody. You're missing that somebody, but someone is no longer gone. It's not here. And that's the saddening part. So I'm not going to get into personal with all of you, my viewers. But you know what? You have to understand how I'm going through. It's a pain in the butt sometimes where I kind of be okay, but sometimes I rarely don't. It's like staying in a house for example. If I stay in the house longer and longer and longer, it means I don't want to go out very much. And when I go out very much, very a lot, for example, I usually stay mostly out and then come back home, at the same time. But that's how it seems to be in this situation, Scorpio, if you're having this situation. That's how it is, right? You have to understand how everything is like smooth, like sand, but you're not. It's basically rough and tough and all that stuff. But you know what? If you understand how that is going through, then you have to understand how it is, right? You have to believe in yourself, saying, okay, I can do this. I can have this. I can do this as long as I can. Basically, that is the situation. But you know what I'm going through, it's a hard situation. It's very, very hard. So what I'm saying is that I'm not trying to get sad on camera or anything like that. But you have to understand how I'm going through, So just believe how this is going to go, and I hope that you will enjoy this. And I hope that I'm going to go to the next reading for you guys, okay? But you know how it's going on for me. Yeah. It's basically how it is, what it says about losing somebody or something like that, or something. But you know what? I have courage. Alright, go to the next reading, shall we? Freedom and adventure. Moon in Sagittarius. Discovery. Yeah, so what's going on with you? Okay? What's going on with you? You have to believe in your own self, okay? You have to believe. And when you believe, you believe. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. And then I'll do something, and then I'll do the next reading, and then basically, I have to do something. Only 2 more to go, and that's it. So we have the 3 of Pentacles is upright. And we got the Two of Swords is reversed. That's interesting. You're not going which way you're going to go. You're going to say, ah, forget this. For you, situation, you have 3 people in this situation. You have 3 people in this situation. Okay? Now, maybe you're talking to that person. Maybe you're not talking to that person. But what's the get-go? Okay? So, let's see. Let's see how this is representing it. And let's see. This represents balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Exactly. Bravo to you, which means basically congratulations. You're actually doing your best part of doing what you're going to do. You're finding that balance. And when you find the balance, you're going like this. You're balancing. You're going from this stand to this stand. Well, you're balancing. And if you don't balance, well, this is going to be over and this is going up top, you know? So, back to my own speech here. This is how it's going to be right now. You have to understand how that is, because in that moment of time, is that if you have balance right now, and I'm going to do one card to see what you're going to get next at a different reading. I'm going to do this again in the next few weeks. Let's see how this is going to represent that, because let's see what you're going to do after balance. Judgment. Aha. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Exactly. You're going to move on to judgment, okay? This is basically I do so without judgment. That's the balance part. This is judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So basically you're going to do that. So basically this and this are making sense to you. Right? So basically you're going to have balance right now during this weekend or this week, whatever it is will be. But you know, in the next couple of days when I do this again, you might get this card as the judgment. Which means I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And you could be having this. You could actually having this card here. So if you believe in that situation, Sagittarius, you will be fine. Just how that remember that you're not finding direction, you're not doing that. But if you just be able to do this, you will be fine. Exactly how it goes. But you know what? Congratulations. You're doing the right thing, right? So believe in that. Just believe. Okay? Just believe. Because you will do that. Okay? You're on the right path. Just keep doing that. Follow your dreams. Moon and Pisces. Wonder. Yeah, so this is how it's going to be. What is going on with you? What's going on with you, Pisces? From this weekend? So let's see. The Ten of Swords is upright. And the Knight of Pentacles is upright. That is interesting. This is good. This is a good reading for you, Pisces. You have to understand that if you believe in yourself that you can do this, as a matter of fact, you can do that, right? It's like you're going the right direction from this situation. This situation is like you're basically having flowers with somebody and saying, oh, here I go, you know, that's how that is. So it's like if you do that, that would be great for you. Now the situation of this situation here that I'm going to go for is, let's see if we're doing the right thing in this situation here. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. That's basically it. Maybe you're having that. Maybe you're having that, right? So if you just believe in that situation, you will be fine, because the next card of that, after when I do this again in the next few weeks, you're going to get this one. Now let's see how that is going to be ended up at. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Basically, in that note, Pisces, basically, you're going to do the right thing. Basically, you're going to accept that challenges are the best way to learn. That's what you're going to do now. But the next few weeks, when I do this again, you will do acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And that's a good card for you, because basically in that note, you're doing that. I'm kind of proud of you, and basically in that note, you're being happy for once. You're doing the right thing. You're doing exactly what I'm expected of you. And if you do this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, everything will be fine and dandy and whatnot. So if you just do this, you'll be fine. Okay, exactly. Because like I say more, you're doing exactly what you want, and when you do, you'll be good, right? So if you just do this as much as you can, you will be fine. You will do exactly, because I'm happy for you. Just keep it up, alright? Just keep it up. Alright? And last but not least, boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. Eclipse in Aries. Collaboration. This is the final go around. This is it. This is going to be how this is going to be. Alright, so what's going on for Aries during this weekend? What's happening? So we're going to put this in 3 piles. Now I'll choose the right pile for you. And let's go, because this is the last pile reading there is. And here we go. The first card is the Ten of Pentacles is reversed. Oh wow. And the last card is the King of Swords reversed as well. So there's something wrong here, Aries. What did I say to you? You are not looking for a career. You're not looking for a career. It's reversed. Okay? That just kind of like, maybe just kind of like, not hit me, but kind of like it almost makes me to go mad, but I'm not. The point being is that this is how it's going to be, because when you don't look for a career, you're going to say, what the heck, I'm going to be doing anything, or what I'm going to be doing. And it's like, well, you have to pick a side, right? And that's how it is, because if you believe in your own self, you can do that. And that's how it is, right? And if you don't believe, well, then why this reading is not good for you? Well, let me explain. You have to understand how this is going to be ended up for you. Maybe it kind of like is one of those things, like, okay, I got this. I know what I'll be expected of spirituality. Well, yeah. So, in that note, because I'm going to see how these cards represents that, and let's see. Let's see how this is. Adversity is accept that challenges are the best way to learn. That's a good one. But you know what? You have to understand that. You have to accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Exactly. If you are not having challenges, and you let's say you're having a challenge and you don't have to find a career, well, basically you can do something with it. Do something. Believe in yourself. Get the act together, whatnot. But you know what? You have to believe in yourself that you can do this. Exactly, you can. Because, like I say, you have to believe, you have to understand how this is going to be a good and take situation. You understand how this is going through. Okay? Yes, it's a pain in the butt, but you know what, how this is going to be, because the next card that is after this one here, I'll see how that is going to be. Let's see. And that will be acceptance. Is I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And that's a good one too. So basically Aries, in this situation, you and Pisces, when it comes up in this situation I did the before reading, you two are going to get this at the same time. Or no, yeah, exactly. Because in this situation here is that you have to understand how this is going to go for basically during this weekend that I'm supposed to say. This is going to be maybe in the next few weeks when I do the next one, okay? But remember how that is. You're going to have adversity, accept that challenges are the best way to learn. That's what you're going to do. This situation here, acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. That's what you're going to do that. So if you just keep going like what this is going to be representing you, believe in that. Just believe, because like I say, it's hard for knowing to be expected of what I'm going to say to you, but you have to believe how this is going to go, okay? Because it's hard, but you have to get it. You have to understand how this is going to be, right? And this is how it's going to seem to be, right? So if you believe in how this is going to be working on, basically how that is going to be all fit, all right? That's how that is going to be, okay? So if you believe in your own self, saying, okay, I got this, all right, I get this, all right, I'm going to do this, well, then you're going to do this, because it's like I say, this is how it's basically good, okay? And when you do this, as long as you can take, this is how it's going to be, because the last card that I'm going to give you I guess this is going to be a good one. So let's see. And this is the last final reading, just to let you all know. So this is how it's going to be. The raccoon represents you have everything you need. Exactly, you're going to have everything that you need, because, like I say, right now you're acting like this. You're acting like this. You're going to act like this. But remember, when this comes here, the acceptance, you're going to accept that. And when you have the raccoon card, it represents you have everything you need. You have everything. So, you don't have to mess this up. But remember that you have to believe in your own self to do this. You have to have this as like, okay, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the right thing, I'm not going to do the right thing. No, you have to understand how this is going to go. Okay, exactly. Because you know why? If everything works together, you'll be fine. And when you do this, you will think, okay, I know exactly what Spirit Alex is saying. Exactly. That's all you have to do. And remember, you have to understand that this is a good reading to have. But remember that I'm going to do this, and then this is it. And I'll tell you what this card represents. This is 36, okay? It represents December 21st to the 31st of December, but represents religion and everything else, okay? But remember that situation here. When this comes up, when that December 21st hits to the 31st of December, between the first day of winter to before the new year, this is going to flip. Okay, every single card is going to flip, this is gonna flip, this is gonna flip. Well, not gonna flip, but this is gonna flip. You know, and this is how it's gonna be. So if you just think to yourself, saying, you know what, oh, Spirit Alex is going to say this and this and this and this and this, you can do this as much as you can. Because remember that if you have the right thing, you can do this as much as you can. Because like I say, if you'll just believe that you can do it, or you're going to say, okay, forget this, I'm not going to do it. But you know what? You have to do that. You have to say, okay, I got this, I know I'm going to be expected, because you know why? This is going to be. Enjoy your weekend, and have a nice day to you all. Bye.